Hi, and welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. It is Wednesday, Q&A day. So I got all your questions. We're going to do about half today and the rest of them on Friday. Thank you all for participating. And here we go. Big truck. Yes, we'll keep it lighthearted today. Greetings all. I don't know. Roxy, you know us Elvins, we're not big fans of shoes. They're binding. Although when we look at your shoes, Roxy, they're super. She just wants to hear that. Oh, yes. Q&A, wonderful. Thank you all for tuning in. Aragon here, representing the Elven civilization. Let's rock and roll. The questions are going to be fun. Go ahead, Rita.
This question is from Thad.
Thad?
Thad.
Thad.
Yes.
Thad.
I've been reading.
I had a tea. Thad. I had.
Okay. I've been reading that our subconscious already knows what we are going to consciously decide about 10 seconds before we realize it.
No. Thanks for playing. Your subconscious is your whole self. You have reasons from the past of understanding the evolution of what you call awakening, and you label them conscious and unconscious. What the unconscious or subconscious is, in your terms, is the whole self. It does not choose shit for you. You choose already what's been chosen by the whole of you, which is you. So if you want to get pissed at it, get pissed at you. Go ahead.
What is the purpose of being an entity that does not need to evolve, unlike humans? What is that race, or what are those races
see, that's
called?
the idea from your concept, because you see there's nothing to do if there's no evolution. But see, evolution is built in because every experience is in and of itself a new understanding of yourself over and over again. Is that not evolution? Of course it is. But you're looking for constructs of evolution. What is the purpose? Purpose in and of itself is evolution. Why am I doing this? It better not be a waste of my time. I better get something out of it. Let's say, release your eyes from purpose will show you the beauty of the now that you cannot see because your eyes are dim, scaled. They are full of ideas of purpose based off of the past that would give you an exponential, addicted feeling to an emotional moment of now that says, I'm worthy. And creation is worthy in and of itself. You, already being worthy of creation, you experience what is in all nows and you never judge it. So your concept here is a polarity point of view of measurement. That measurement, what is the purpose? The purpose is nothing. We have no purpose. Now, if you can imagine how freeing that is for you, then maybe you can see that purpose is never not needed, and that'll allow you to experience what's already there that you've been missing because you're focused on purpose. That's it. Excellent question.
This next question is from Leo A. Leo says that really only on mushrooms.
That's a big thing. He tells a big story about his LSD or?
No, mushrooms. He has the experience of being all that is.
Yes.
And this reality being a mirror movie hologram.
Yes.
I know that I never leave being all that is.
Yes.
But it's not always there as an experience for me.
Yes, it is. It is there. All that is there as an experience for you because you're experiencing what you see in the now, but you're defining it not all that is. But what you are in awareness and all nows is all that is. You're the one judging it and measuring it and saying, this is all that is, but what is here is not all that is. This is crappy or yucky. This is all that is. You're being separated. You're measuring the two worlds. because your shrooms released your limitations to allow you to be the connection self of all that is, seeing life as a movie strip, whatever your framework allows you to translate in that now, has given you insight into what is all the time now. But you left there in your interpretation and you went back to the separated self, but the separated self is all that is. Always know that. Go ahead.
So there are several questions here. Doesn't the idea of teaching this knowledge always attract people, reflections that are asleep because of focusing your consciousness on people not knowing this?
No, it's whatever happens in the now. You're playing with time. Some yes, some no. Some will, some won't. Who knows? Don't figure it out, because you're thinking. I can smell it.
And the next part of the question is about if all the people are literally my reflections and
Yes.
there are an infinite number of the same person's timelines, it's a question about why can't I go to a time where, you know, all the people that I would like to be that way are
Because
enlightened and good.
Why is that
or-
not happening is because you're trying to escape from the now that you are.
Yeah.
And that's lack, and that's the mirror, and the mirror's going to give you exactly what you are. Go back to the now. Stop fucking with time. Stop fucking what you want with, and be the now that you are, and the reflection of the now is the vibration. Since you are vibrational lack, you're going to get, why can't I? Why am I not the creator God? Because you're not accepting all that is to reconnect to the idea of being not separated anymore. That's why, darling. Make sense? Make sense, darling?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's a pretty nail color.
Yes.
You're welcome.
The next question is from Siki Z.
Okay.
What if every time I tried to find approval in myself, I doubted these approvals? What is the best way to establish self-esteem?
Self-esteem comes through choosing yourself in the moment, not through a construct of time or a plan of perceived ideas of a future time to give yourself moments of accepting and I'm awesome and self-esteem and courage and all those things that build up the nows. Because that's a pumped up program that the paradigm has taught. Affirmations, Tony Robbins, big smiles, keep going at it, work, 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 do it over and over again, discipline, discipline, yes, but they're all the idea of still a vibrational of not accepting what you are in the now. If you accept what you are in the now, be honest with yourself. I'm not wealthy, I'm not this, I'm not successful, I'm not all the stuff that everyone says I'm supposed to be. When you do that, you accept yourself as you are in that moment, then all of those valuable things of dependencies, listen to that again, valued ideas of dependencies for approval in and of itself diminish, and then you're left with you, and you are God. And now you start to feel the worth that you are, the self-esteem that you seek, the worthiness that you were chosen to exist. That in and of itself has a quality of a vibration, and that vibration cannot be sold, cannot be bought, cannot be given, has to be chosen. And that comes in the now. An opportunity comes up and your heart says yes, but the mind says no, choose the yes. Another opportunity is shown to you in obligation fashion, responsibility fashions. You know you don't want to do it, but you feel the lack of, let's say, I'm supposed to, I need their approval. That's when you say no. And in that moment, your self-worth goes up because you're choosing the joy. Everyone is stuck on details. It's supposed to change the mirror. My details aren't changing. I'm not getting what I think I need. That's the result of the vibration. Patience, Jedi. Be now. Love yourself. Choose your joy. And the mirror will shift because we are the constant of change. Your change comes, but your mind of hurried ideas to escape the now of what you are is what keeps you in that cycled fashion. Trying to shift the mirror, trying to change, trying to expect, trying, effort, exhausted, I give up, give in, and become the now, accept all that is, and that now becomes effortless, and that effortless leads you home to know you've always been worthy, truly. No more plans, no more thinking, no more trying, no more doing what thinks off of other people's structures. You have a discernment within you. That discernment tells you the truth of yourself. It says bullshit or uh-huh. Do what you choose in the now, and your courage will return. Your courage to choose the worthiness that you have neglected yourself because of the structures that you were taught as a coveting idea, forgotten God. Truly. Go ahead.
This is from Hobson L.
Hello, Hobson.
I was walking in the hallway and suddenly felt like something was being released from my skull, then felt like something was on it. It would be great to get some clarity on this. I woke up a couple of times not being able to move, but was fully awake. Were there any DNA samples taken from me?
No DNA samples. No. Details. These are vibrational experiences of receiving new electrical impulses or frequencies or parallel realities, whatever you want to equate it in your mind that's most tangible of the words I just said. That's what your truth is in that now. Those are all probabilities I had mentioned. So now you find your idea of truth about that, and that in and of itself reveals what it was. You were paralyzed, and the idea of paralyzed, there's a lucid dream state where you're awake and you can't feel yourself, unable. The result is paralyzation. But it's not paralyzation. Your body is still asleep. Your body doesn't get up and move. You're not trying to move when you're asleep. So the body is asleep, but you're awake. So you're aware of your presence, your position. You're trying to get the body to move, but you're not the body at that moment. You're not energizing it. You're aware of your holodeck from a different point of view. The skull releasing, the skull on top of, was translations of your vibrational idea, receptor, your mind. And since frequencies of the unknown need to be translated to the best idea of the reference points within your framework of acceptability, they are translated as different idea feelings. Movement, feeling, pressing, pulling. Not quite sure what it is. But the allowance of you, the mastery, not seeking the solutions of a non-ordinary event. An event that causality is wonderment of the unknown, and of course triggering the defenses of fear, to want to know, to make sure I'm safe. You cannot be unsafe in your universe, because there is nothing unsafe anywhere. Ever. They're all created by the fractal filter. So in that idea, release it. Understand from the beginning of my speech, if you will, on this one idea, that you have what it is in your vibrational frequency. Choose the one that I said that feels the best, and that releases the boundaries you put about you and offers the vibration of resolution within your mind. And then you'll go, that's what it is. The DNA was a result of unknown, I don't know. My mind seeks. DNA possibility. Were they taking samples? Was this happening? No. You're looking at it from two standpoints. Grandeur, to be know you've been honored, that your DNA is worthy of being chosen, so you're playing that field, but that's not the idea in the now. And the other is victimization. You are neither. Neither. You are the now about this, and the solution comes without you seeking. Go ahead.
This question is from Angela G.
Hello, Angela.
You have already told me that I have hybrid children
Does your husband have hybrid children?
In the Yael
Civilization.
Yes, and I find it very exciting. Can you, yes, it's about her husband. Can you tell me if my partner Albert has any?
Yes. Next.
The next one is from Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
I'm hearing a lot about the unknown and that it's scary. I've definitely felt that and just renamed it Sparkles. Makes it a bit easier and just bumpy, not full-on terrifying yet. My question is, does the unknown present itself in every now? Is it
Yes.
fear or interest that we feel, or does it just depend on how much we're letting in? Feels like I'm pushing or willing it sometimes.
Yes. You're not really willing it. It's always present. There's no reason to get what you already are. The unknown is in all nows because all the known can never be known, although it's known in the now. But the now by you choose to feel the now that you do not know becomes known. So the unknown is always becoming the known. It's always there. It's how you equate it, react to it, filter it. It seems the relevance of it is equatable to a past, making it more known. That's all. So the unknown is allowable by you to let in, as you said, clearly. And that will bring you the understandings of what you feel might be scary, like choosing your joy over the obligations and responsibilities. I can't say that to my father because he will. But your heart knows that the unknown of that interaction is what you want to choose. You know your father, but you don't know the results. But you say, I want to choose my joy between me and my father and speak my truth. But you're afraid of the unknown. You can put sparkles on it. Do what you want to do to give yourself the allowability to choose your joy over the obligation, and that will only show you one thing, that the fears of the unknown are based on the known, so therefore the fears of the unknown never exist. They never show themselves because it always comes in other than your fears, because it is beautiful. Unfiltered unknowns is unconditional love, allowance by you to perceive, feel, experience, be. So perfect, you got this. Sparkle it up, allow it, it's already there, you don't need to do shit to get it. The more effort you do to create an idea of an escapism to have more than what you are now, then that will keep you in the wanting, always. There's the idea at Jimmy John's. Yes, Jimmy John's the Subway. Quote on the wall. There it is. The gap between enough and more never shortens. The chasm remains. You're enough, and you never need more. And you will always play those worlds. If you accept you're enough, then you never need more. And more is not, let's say, seeked. No longer. Therefore, allow unknown to be present. Truly. Go ahead.
This question is from Gabriella. Is there constant divine music sounding everywhere in the so-called afterlife? Is this the sound of the galaxy? Or
if you choose it, and there is no sound of the galaxy. Galaxies don't have sound until the creator of that idea, world in the now, creates compression, their density sound. But you have tone in vibration, but it's not there all the time. There's no one idea hum around the galaxies. There's nothing like that. It's all individual worlds. There's no standard. There's no one solidity that runs everywhere. Everything is individual worlds by individual eyes, creating individual experiences for the whole. Truly. Go ahead.
According to Seth, there is no such thing as a cat consciousness or a bird consciousness. In those terms, there are simply consciousnesses that choose to take certain focuses.
Yes.
If there is no consciousness tailored to be a cat or a dog, then there is no prepackaged, predestined particular consciousness that is meant to be human either.
No, that's a creation.
Yeah.
That's a big leap there, kiddo. That's let's say nope. An idea of a human is a sentient idea, self-reflective self-awareness. The idea of consciousness forming into what you call a cat is a reflection of each individual idea making up the whole experience of the cat, all individually being experienced. But not in the, of course it's consciousness. What you are looking for is that cat alive? Is that cat being a cat, one idea? That cat is making up many ideas. But here, let me give you a news flash. That was fun. Here it is. This body is experiencing through several billions upon billions of consciousness. The fingertips are receiving, the heart is beating and receiving and being, the blood is pulsing and receiving and being, the bones are stretching and growing and collapsing and regeneration, and collapsing and regeneration and experiencing. Everything is consciousness receiving from the individual singularities of the whole. Don't put an idea, that means humans aren't conscious. Thanks for playing. Go ahead.
The next question is from...
I like that. Yeah. What do we have for the Bob? Statistic nines.
The next question is from Melanie.
Hello, Melanie.
In 2006, I was pregnant and felt surrounded by negativity.
Choice to feel surrounded by negativity. In 2006, a whole different person. 11 years ago. 11 years ago, right? Wow. Okay? Wow. 11 years ago. Go ahead.
I channeled a reptilian entity, a great teacher he came to me 3 times. He told me about his home planet history and how they have helped with Earth's evolution, showing me how it felt to be in their body, especially how the air flows in and out from their body.
Yeah, yes, we know that now very well now. Go ahead.
My daughter was born without a thyroid, a healthy 11 years old. So my question is, what is the link with this entity and my husband?
None. Your husband. Left field.
Left field, yes.
Love it. Another bridge leap. The entity of the reptilian has nothing to do with the link of your husband. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Okay, go ahead. That's it?
Would be nice to hear about children.
Okay, darling.
Not really a question. But
Not really a question. Well, children are awesome. Okay. Covered. So, the husband link thyroid, okay, those are ideas of you're looking and seeking why things are not happening the way you thought they should be. But darling, that's then. Where are you now? Where are you now? Can you go ahead and look at your life now? Instead of dragging those big fucking bricks and dropping them into your now saying, look at me. Your daughter's your daughter. Your husband's your husband. They're all relationships to you in the now. They have nothing to do with causality. And then you put causality and effect on it and then you live that world. Because you're God. Go ahead.
When I do this is from Malis. When I do something I like, I get bored very quickly. Things tend to feel dull. I'd like to feel more passion and excitement in my life and wonder why I am blocking it.
Well, you're not blocking it, but what you are doing is choosing the things that you like and not love. Because you're trying to escape boredom. So when you stop escaping boredom and see what lies within boredom, then you discover boredom in and of itself has a world there to explore. But what you're looking for is likable ideas to entertain yourself, to escape from boredom, and then, of course, they become bored. So how about this? Do nothing. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Tipo tal. Denepo. In the now until something comes to you that you want to passionize. And if you feel like there's still nothing for a few nows, then go and entertain yourself. You know, whip out Willie, have a little fun. Okay, doesn't matter. Choose to entertain yourself for a few nows, and in those nows, be those ideas instead of judging how boring they are. See how boredom is carrying through your nows because you are bored, and I'll escape from the boredom by doing something I like, and but now I'm still bored, so what you're doing in passions of liking are now boring. So stop acting upon the ideas of what you think is going to escape your boredom, and then your boredom will show you and present to you an unknown of passion, of creation, of, let's say, doing your conducting, orchestrating your world. Go ahead.
The next question is from Lorraine N.
Hello, Lorraine.
What happened to make us forget we are God?
What happened to make us forget we are God? Choice. Right? That's where it says, make us forget we are God. Choice, darling. All you did was like, oh, I'm separated. Gave yourself this. You did that. Nothing make you. This like, forget it! Forget you're God! Oh! Nothing like that, darling. Oh my God. No. You said, there's a portion of creation that we've just discovered that there's a possibility to experience not being God. Let's go play. Hi-ho, hi-ho. And here we are. That's all we did, darling. Don't look at it as a make or a must. Does your life suck? What's wrong? Find it in you what you're not accepting. Find what is wrong in your life that you're not accepting reality is, so you can understand the vibration and relation between you and that idea. And once it's accepted, it becomes the value that it is, love. Not love, but love. The state of being. Go ahead.
This question is from Joel W. and he has question 1 and question 2, but question 1 is like 5 questions. So,
wow.
I want some insight on the idea of zero gravity and how that works. What is the complexity of the
Zero
engine?
gravity is working now until you validate gravity. Zero gravity is no gravity. And then when you validate gravity, you have gravity. But you're not going to not have gravity in your idea of framework, in your world, until you understand gravity is, let's say, not needed for an experience by you as a human. But with that, there's a billion of other algorithms built in to do that. You're trying to leap to zero gravity to understand it. Well, all you got to do is look at your spaceships that you have. Oh, you can't see them, but you have access to them because you're now, and I just said it, so you have now to the idea of zero gravity machinery. They just change the frequency around them, and there's no more effects of gravity. Hence, zero gravity. Okay, that's one answer. Fine, go ahead.
Well, it's like, what is the complexity of the engine? What is the source of energy? Is it a crystal loaded with specific frequency or in the vicinity of that idea?
Oh,
or
good Lord, go to Bashar on that one, child.
Yeah, okay.
Go to Bashar on that one. Can you pass that to Tommy to give me a little fresher upper?
So the second part of the question.
Meat and potatoes.
What what role will cryptocurrency have in the future?
None, unless you choose it in your world. Oh, there's one world. It's got to be crypto. Unless it becomes into your awareness, that's where the role it'll play. However you define that in. You define a lamp to play a role of giving light. That's an easy one. But the lamp in cryptocurrency is whatever it is in your world to have a relationship with that. It's not in your world until it's in your world. Now that you're energizing it, vibrating, it'll come into your world, maybe, maybe not. If it does, whatever that is in your relationship and the role that you play with it becomes your world. Because you're God. Go ahead.
This question is from Johnny S.
Johnny S. Hello, Johnny.
I have two contradicting truths in my reality about death.
There is actually three, since you said there were two.
The mortal death of the physical world self and the immortal life of the conscious energy being universe. I deeply know we are immortal and the nows are infinite, but why is it when I contemplate mortal death, I become more productive and ironically feel more alive in the now?
What's the question about mortal death? When he contemplates it?
He becomes more productive. Why does he become more productive and feel more alive?
Because you're afraid of death.
Yeah.
You think it's going to end. It's just a shift of room, and since you're contemplating, oh, I better get busy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to die. Because you're really not sure that you're immortal. Because it's like, I know it's, this is equatable. Let's go, it's Friday night. I'm going to go home after work and some ideas, and we're going to go out. So I'm going to put on a different outfit and go to a different room. The conscious self is, when it's done with this body, puts on a different outfit and goes to a different room. All you're doing is shifting consciousness and changing the apparency around you to give you the experience that you're seeking. No longer seek and allow the higher self to give you experience. No longer fear death, and then you're just going to change rooms. That's it. Simple. Go ahead.
The next question comes from Jesus V.
Jesus, hello.
I've been growing San Pedro cactus for 8 years. I love cultivating it, but I don't enjoy sharing it. I want them all for myself. Am I being materialistic? Is that behavior aligned with my soul purpose?
Okay, there it is. Damn, right, Jen, soul purpose. Oh, shit. Okay. It's not aligned with your soul purpose. Your soul purpose is not constructing alignment. That's a perceived of a lackful idea that was, let's say, brought up a long time ago. That you're actually here to fulfill something for someone because it comes from an obligated point of view that was unworthy at that time, and if you didn't do something that got you in the good graces of the big guy that was angry, then you were going to be, ground up. So here's what you do. No longer validate your soul purpose. Is it materialistic? I would not call it materialism. I would call it dependencies. The dependencies that you are growing and cultivating something that you love and you don't want to share it because you feel the lack of the possibility that that would be not A, admired as the admiration that you give it, and B, the possibility of loss of that dependency. That's the vibration that we translate that you are perceiving with your relationship with the cacti. And it has nothing to do with soul purpose. It would behoove you, if you choose, never to bring up a purpose of the soul ever again, and then you will free yourself from that whole construct, and that allows the unknown room within your framework to allow you to choose higher vibrations of truth for yourself and the evolution of yourself that is built-in algorithm. Go ahead.
This question is from Sharon in the UK.
Uka.
I've experienced some dreams involving ETs, which I perceive as the Greys, where I am being scanned and things. Also one which I think was a reptilian. My body felt like it was vibrating and I could hear a loud humming noise. Are they just dreams or real encounters? And I believe I saw a craft whilst walking to work the other day. Is this so, or am I just away with the fairies? This interests me.
Well, what the hell's wrong with the fairies? The fuck?
Yeah, right.
The fairies are real! It's like saying an elven's not real, like I'm not here. I don't think I like you for 10 minutes, girl.
Okay.
Hang on. Darling, it was absolutely real. That experience was from, let's say, a relevant now for your conscience in another self. Okay? Another experience of what you would call a self. But I don't want to equate to the self. This is a little bit sticky in the, let's say, plausibilities of parallel selves, probable selves, better word, right? Yeah. Probable selves in the now. So that self is an experience that you're tuning more into the now because you've been widening your field, your range, your field of frequency interpretation. So as you do that, you get more equatable unknowns, shocking things, or things that you translate in vibration of I'm being scanned, there's a hum, I'm on a ship, I saw a ship. All of that happened, absolutely. Everything that is a vibration of experience is happening. There's nothing that's made up. That's your mind equating it to an idea of falsity by the idea of a structure in the back that the imagination is full of shit and you can't trust you. So therefore, you've been unworthing reliability on the authority of someone that has enough decorated idea badges that says I'm the authority. Look at my degree. Look at my thing here. Look what I've done. You must listen to me. You know, shit like that. So, just trust yourself. That's what happened. It's an experience. So now that we understand that it's a self of yours, and that concept will be unfolding in your nows for you, and now it's tingling other idea perspectives that are viewing this now, and now they get to play with that playground. Don't put a construct. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to make it anything more than it is. Don't look for purpose, whys and why nots, hows and how-tos. Fuck all that. Be in the now, distractions, and the solutions will be presented on the silver platter as the effortless God that you are. Go ahead.
This question is from Sharon S.
Sharon!
Okay. Can you give me an audio translation of what my trees around me have to say?
Oh my goodness.
Anything to say to me and my spouse?
Yes. Hi. Why aren't you listening to me? We keep talking to you, but you cannot accept your own good graces. You've been on this journey for plus 5 years. You still decorate yourself with the same regurgitations of why is this stuff happening to me? Am I allowed to be a god? We are here communicating with you, but you are in, of course, denial. The denial of the acceptability that I can communicate, am communicating, and the information that's flowing into me is valid and real. But if I accept it, I'm actually going to be what I've always dreamed, and I cannot accept my own worthiness that lies before me. End transmission. Go ahead.
The second part of the question, also, is there anything I can improve on in order to be the best version of myself, and any messages from my innate body and what I can do in order to move the weird symptoms I've been getting in the last couple of weeks? Okay,
forget about the weird symptoms. Stop trying to escape from the weird symptoms, guys. Accept what they are and they tell you the solutions. Stop using thought, thinking to create an idea solution of a problem, because every time you perceive a problem you need to find a solution, but there's no problem, there's no solution needed, because it just is. What was the first part of that before the innate body?
Anything I can improve on in order to be the best version of
Choose
myself.
your truth, the honesty, Oh, children, choose yourself, be honest. Lay it out there. This is who I am. If you don't like me, bye. Unless you're seeking admiration, unless you're seeking approval, unless you're still not worthy of being chosen to exist, a beautiful woman that you are, a beautiful spouse that you engage in, you're still trying to be something to them. Stop. Improve is choosing the honest self of the now, and that leads to no more improvement because you're enough, because you're whole. Go ahead.
Thad P asks, what's the difference between identity and personality? I ask because several had said to be less individual to become more open to possibilities.
Individuality is the separated self. Personality is interpretation of the vibrations are in the now. That's what personality is. Let's say Roxy's personality is a blending of whatever in the vibrations available for her to express that she expresses with no intention. That's the now of non-intention, still a fathomable idea on the outskirts of your framework. So identity is the separated self. No, I don't accept, go away from me, you're not, this is not, I can't, I don't deserve. You're put that shielding around you that you, let's say, armored up when you were birthed and saw what reality was from a forgetful mind that created the identity of separation and keeps it solid. Personality is just your translation. Now, personality can be identity sequentialtaneously. Of course it can, because you're being an identity of personality. In other words, people go, they talk about you behind their back, and they do. Say, oh yeah, they're like that, that's their personality. Well, that's your identity in the now of being that projected self from your standpoint of fear to defend against reality that you were taught, and that's unknown, it's scary, shit like that. So just let go of that difference and know the identity is the separated self. Becoming whole, you have the eyes of yourself experiencing all of the reality with no separation. So your eyes are identity in the whole. I have an identity, I'm called Aragon. People know me as Aragon. But I don't separate myself and they don't separate themselves from me because we don't have identities. Because Aragon is all it is. Go ahead.
The next question is from Rita.
Lovely Rita.
Why is my relationship with Rajiv not flowing? Is he my twin flame? How many lives have we had together and in what roles were we?
Candy, 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 candy.
Do we have a purpose together going forward in this life?
No purpose, no purpose, no purpose. Can't have purpose. All life in the now is purpose. I am purposely drinking coffee to give myself the joy of coffee. Now my purpose is fulfilled. Okay, I can leave now. Life experiences are fulfilling. That's all it is. Rajiv is a perceived idea that you think he wants to be a twin flame, and you're working, growing dependent on that idea to fulfill your lack of yourself. He's giving you a reflection. You're giving that guy an idea of reflection. You guys are interacting with each other because you've attracted an idea of a probable reality of what you call separation to continue the separation, trying to figure it out with the conscious self of the past. The library of limitation. Accept that idea. They're not there for anything. They're there for experience. And then all the definitions of probabilities and what is not supposed to be fall away, and the only thing that is felt is the unconditional flow between the two ideas. Let it go. Don't worry about the lives you've lived together. Because that's another piece of information to chalk up in some future idea. Oh yeah, we were this together, so that means this and this and this, and then you're playing the rabbit hole. And it just keeps getting deeper. Hello, hello, hello. And you keep going nowhere. Next. Let it go. Go ahead.
This is from Eve.
Hi, Eve.
It seems that one cannot become the fractalized self and forget everything without eventually forgetting one's own self-worth. How does the fractal reach for genuine remembrance of self-worth?
Well, when you fully separate, everything is gone. There's nothing. There's a blank slate. Okay, so yes, your self-worth is gone. How does one reach self-worth? Treat yourself like a queen. Choose what your honest heart says. The self-worth, I am worthy because the results of your choosing only vibrates the mirror of that love, and that love continues to be there as long as you choose the now of your worth. And the worth is known. I want to. I don't want to. I have $75 in my bank account, and I have blouse is $72. And I have enough to pay tax. I'm buying it because I'm worth it. I'm not going to deny myself my joy in the now. I deserve life. I deserve myself. That brings back the self-worth. To choose you over the obligation of the, let's say, rational self. The non-reckless self. The responsible self. The one that does things for others to make sure you're worthy of being alive. Fuck that. You can never die. You can never go away. Ever, 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 ever. So let go of those releasings. Let go of those constructs to release. Your worthiness returns when you choose your honest self in the now. And that means I don't want to or I do. Because you're still playing polarity. Follow your joy in the heart in the now. Choose the heart. What you want, your discernment says this is the truth. Here's the way to do it. I want to do that, but as soon as you know that comes in, look at the identity. Hi, identity. You just said but. I've got one. Bye. That's it. Choose your heart. Go ahead.
This comes from Dora A.
Okay.
I don't usually dream anymore, but the other night I had a pretty weird dream that scared me a little. There was a bird hovering, standing still in my bedroom.
A bird?
A bird.
Okay.
He is small, white, his head is smaller than his body. It felt like I had seen this type of bird before in the dream. He doesn't look scary, but I was afraid of him. I hid under my cover and was still able to see him. I thought he probably won't see me, but he turned around and looked right through my covers at me, very piercing look. I was able to see his full face, not just the right side. He had a black circular spot around his eye. He kept staring at me and I got very scared. I kept looking at him. He approached me and then launched toward me once or twice, and then he went inside my neck and merged with me. I felt some super strong energy waves.
Come in.
They felt very real, and I freaked out when the waves were slowly gone, but I felt different, altered. When I woke up, I had the feeling like I was certain that this event really happened. Any thoughts about this dream? Is it a message for me? Sometimes I think...
Not a message.
Maybe it could be related to the Egyptian god.
Oh, no. Stop with the candy. Stop. No one in the past life's coming in the future to make you figure out shit from the past. Stop. Those lives are going on right now. Leave them alone. Everything is now. Forget about this. Look. Okay. What you were doing was translating a self of the unknown. The self that you feared was emerging, a representation in your dream state of emerging, of, let's say, reconnecting to a portion of you. The representation of a bird is value to you in your own interpretation of what that is in the moment. You're trying to figure out what it means. You're not feeling the vibration of the reconnection when it became merged with you. That's the point. Don't worry about the round black eye. That's symbolic. That'll come later. And the bird saw through you. You were hiding, but the outside was going through you to show you there is no veil. You can't hide from you. Accept everything. And that reconnection becomes determinant of value in your nows to come. But your fractal's trying to figure the shit out. That's when you allow the now and trust and open up. And all solutions will be given. You gotta do the now, guys. Every time you launch into the structure of trying to figure things out, that's when you reinforce the identity of separation. And that's when the solutions are always on the outskirts, never to be reached because you won't let them in. Go ahead.
This question is from Kristen A.
Hello, Kristen.
I want to hear your thoughts regarding this.
Did you hear them?
Yeah, why did a person touch his little sister's vagina when he was younger? Why do things like this happen? I feel so disgusted and disturbed by his past, and I want to let it go, but it comes back into my mind at the most random times and makes me hurt and question everything again.
Okay, question everything again. Let's read it again. Who was the person?
Apparently her brother.
Your brother did that to you. Yes? So you have not accepted reality is. You have put that idea as a stigmatism that humanity has given itself. Okay? When you make something taboo, the attack on the taboo by the lusts of the I need to experience fractal I don't know self vibrates that attraction. That attraction is then seek and then perceived. That's the causality. You're looking for a why. I can't give you a why. I know one thing, that you will, let's say, have a tough time swallowing this, because it is. If you measure it, there's where you get your whys. If you accept that idea, and that forgotten God was understanding itself, and you were getting an experience and understanding yourself. People want to accept this idea, but it hurts. But yet you have not accepted it. You're convincing yourself to accept the occurrence. When Roxanne was raped when she was 13 years old by a gentleman that had some clout in your military forces, Roxanne understood, Roy, at the time, that this was not a good thing. And she wanted to know why. And equal to your vibration, when you spoke of these things, they were looked at as an idea of imagination, which even enhanced the pain that Roy, at the time, Roxy now, felt of being violated in that fashion. And no one would believe him at the time, her now. No one would believe her that this actually occurred because of the structure of societal norms, that the possibilities of such atrocities would be experienced. But atrocities are no boundaries, as well as gifts from God are no boundaries. The measurement scale that you have been born into only defines the separations of atrocities and gifts. Now, is it a gift? What happened to you? In the idea, the most palatable answer for you is, it is an experience. All of creation is the now of understanding possibilities within. Roxy accepted it. Even the diminishing ideas of being rejected by her own father and mother, that this actually happened, until enough evidence was given to validate that. And Roxy got a day off from school to deal with it. And it ate her up for years until she understood her value with it, as it's doing with you now. The value in and of itself is not the experience of what happened in atrocity. The value of it is an experience of vibration. Approach this acceptance idea with no longer fashionable measurement of you were a victim. And then the truth of the vibration becomes release. And that release shows you the beauty of the experience from a point of view that is non-conceivable as long as your polarity eyes are in place. This is a structure for you to play with, a challenge. And then you will offer many healings in your times of nows to comes for the other victims of perceived ideas of the same equality that you experienced by family and non-family members. And the idea of sexuality becoming more open and more experienced. And the tabooism is now being released. And then the insane ideas and many ideas of your societal norms, of pursuit of these taboo passions, will be just as normal. Not in the same fashion as raping what you would call a young child. But those lusts will cease because it is no longer divisional. And those divisional ideas will cease in the times to come. And those ideas will be palatable in the acceptability of anyone choosing their joy in the now. And those things will become easy as, let's say, as pie. It'll be right as rain. But you're looking at it an idea of victimization, so you cannot see the clarity of this vibration. You are encouched in the beauty of what it is to be polarized. what it is to experience the atrocities of creation allowable by an experiential being who chose the bravest journey of them all. We have no solution for you. We have words of offering and wisdom for you to understand. Roxy experienced it, and it sucked, and it hurt. And it's been released because she knows that God was forgotten as well as she is. She compared herself, valued herself, victimed herself, and found no solutions in these until she accepted it. And with that acceptance comes the resolve that you seek with no effort. Thank you for this question. It is exceptional. You are brave. Go ahead.
This question is from Anna P.
Hello, Anna.
I accept that past, present, and future are all in the now.
Yes.
I
From
also-
points of view of those times. Go ahead.
I also accept that I create my present now from the infinite potential based on my human beliefs, limitations, choices, etc.
Perfect. And then what are you not accepting? Here it comes.
If I have 3 or 4 strong potentials or possibilities, are they all played out in parallel experiences, or is it that only the one I choose plays out?
No, they all play out because you are all probable nows. All of them. They're all you from the points of view of your energized eyes. You are the one you are now. Understand that. Go ahead.
This question is from Marky Poo.
Hello, Marky Poo.
Please ask Stewie
Okay.
to provide a deeper...
What question is this?
Please ask Stewie to provide a deeper explaining of the... Oh, this is number 19.
Okay.
And we're at 51 minutes.
Perfect.
Please ask Stewie to provide a deeper explaining of the habitual vibration of judgment and its relationship to time, and how this subtle vibration runs interference for the acceptance of all that is.
What's number 20?
20 would... how did creation begin?
Oh, in the now. It just is. Let's say creation started in something that you would not understand because you value a start point. And a start point is evolution. To see in what you call a beginning and understand it from a non-evolutionary standpoint cannot be perceived in equatable words of an evolutionary being. To understand how creation began, to know that it just is, has always been, now, from that point of view, your solutions will be offered. But within your time frame framework that you experience now, there is no palatable words that can be equated to you to give you that answer. But as you work through your nows of evolution, releasing the ideas of work into joy, then your non-evolutionary ideas can come into play. Things of no more measurement in this equatable idea. With that, then you will have reference points of non-evolutionary points of interest. Those points of interest will give you equatable ideas on the answer that you have you are seeking. So back to the idea. Yeah, we have time. Yes, okay.
For Stewie, for
Yeah, I'm
the
going to
question
bring
for Stewie?
Yeah, Stewie's
Okay.
coming in. The steward of creation. He calls him Stewie. Well, this is Aragon. Thanks all for coming. Yeah, I'm going to bring the steward of creation in, and we'll see you on Friday. You rang? Go ahead.
Yes, Marky Poo asks if you could provide a deeper explaining of the habitual vibration of judgment
Habitual's the key word.
and its relationship to time, and how this subtle vibration runs interference for the acceptance
You
of all that
already
is.
know interference is run. So why ask that part? Let's go back to the key word here, Mark. Habitual. Recognizing the habitual means habitual is a choice of making a habit to bring you a certain vibrational experience of a feeling that fulfills the emptiness of you, of the unknown into a known idea of a vibration. Habits create a vibration addiction. Habits. You need to see the habit of the judgment. That habit will solve everything. When you see the habit, recognize the habit, don't choose the habit, then the unknown comes in undistorted in that now. Does that make sense? That's it?
That's 20 questions.
All right, very good. Excellent. I want more. Right. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next now. We'll bring back Miss Roxy. Love you. Excellent. All right, guys. Great questions, everyone. Thanks for bringing them on. Well, yeah, we'll see you Friday. We'll have the rest on Friday. I love you guys.